Oh, we are talking about college football week 1.
Bro.
Bro, will you put away the
No,
nonsense?
I had a memory that popped up on my phone, and it was when Zach was on Twitter driving his Tesla a year ago.
I actually remember when he sent me that. I was like, just to come like Snapchat.
I hate like the fact that he gets away with that, and his car just nonchalantly takes care of him.
They just drive. This man was literally on Twitter and he wasn't even driving.
Bro, not at all. Like, he'll sit there and be having a conversation with me. He'll be like, yeah, bro, so if you see, I'm like, bro.
Please put your eyes on
I'm like, bro, that you have that much faith. Bro, it's crazy. People will have this much faith in the car, but not on my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Like, I just don't know what people are doing out here, man. Elon Musk is like real life trying to become baby Jesus, I feel. Like, it's not safe out here. What were you saying about was it Breakfast in Monaco?
Yeah, Breakfast in Monaco.
Is that off his latest project?
Yes.
Spaceships on the Blade? Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about that album?
Honestly, it was a lot of tracks, to be honest, but
that's the Larry June too.
Yeah, but it's just, it's Larry June, Currency. They're all like kind of in that, same lane of things.
Oh, Element, absolutely.
But I really did like the project. I definitely got to spin it a couple more times. I think I've only probably listened to it all the way through it, like probably twice, just because there's so many tracks. And then, side note, I just haven't even been listening to a lot of music lately these days. Like,
I still have not heard Rod Wave's album, bro, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Wow.
Because I know, it took me a while to get to Soulfly, and I was mad at myself for that. That was because of you I got to it, so.
It's taken me a while. I've just been more like, with college football coming up and stuff like that, I've just been listening to like sports podcasts or like my usual podcast I go to. I like consuming knowledge, and I feel like the only time I listen to music is when I work out, and it's like just kind of the stuff that's already in my phone.
It depends, bro. Music has different contexts for me, so I'll listen to different variations of music depending on what I'm doing. If I'm watching college football, what I can genuinely do, to be honest with you, is like put on some you can play some music in the back of college football. Mm-hmm. Obviously you want to hear the announcers and everything, but you can listen to college, like you can listen to music and watch college football like that. You know what I'm saying? We've done it before. Typically, anything really works in a contemporary setting. I'd say, when I'm studying, obviously chill hop and lo-fi. That's kind of the biggest thing I like. It's very soothing and you can focus a lot with it. Surprisingly, when I'm in the mornings too, when I wake up, I'll listen to a lot of lo-fi.
Really? So is that like your go-to? Is it just like because it's relaxing and soothing, or what?
It gives me time to think and kind of reflect before I start my day. It's nice because it puts me in a piece of like I said, self-reflection. Mm-hmm. Just being able to, turn the thing on, kind of just get the brain going, kind of set my goals for the day and see where I want to be at realistically. Bro, it's funny, when I was a kid, I listened to classical to fall asleep. I had a 6-disc stereo with actual things in my room when I was growing up, and I put it on, I think it was like 87.5 was Austin's classical station. And every night, bro, I just listened to that John before I fell asleep. It was smooth. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got a lot of love for music early, is because I was around a lot of different genres. So it's cool though now, because, you know what I'm saying, being a man of flavor.
Man of flavor. We love to see it. But yeah. You already know what's going on. It's our regularly scheduled programming.
What episode are we on now? 9?
I think
is this 8 or 9?
Yeah, it's 9. It's 9. Well, Love was what? Episode 5?
Episode 5 was Love.
7.
Dedication is going to be
9,
6.
9.
Enjoy Your Time is 7. This is 8.
Yeah, 8. Then.
This is
8.
8.
8.
Okay, episode 8.
And I actually, too, I was talking to Kat earlier. I was like, it's been cool. Like, we did like the words, and then like now we're doing like I would say scenarios or like segments too. So I feel like having like both in play. Like, you got a word we could do a week, or we could do like we did Enjoy Your Time, or we're doing what's this?
Today's
Space.
Dreams are greater than reality.
Yeah, dreams are better than reality. So, I have like, with these scenarios and segments, I have some stuff in my tuck that I'm like ready to do in future episodes.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I've been, bro, it's crazy. The more we get into this, the more like my mind, I feel like, starts to think about different ideas and stuff we can do. And like, now I'm thinking of all these things. We've talked already about a couple of them, but I'm thinking of new things to do, kind of ways to branch out. make more content, just, put myself out there in the creative space and just try, find something that sticks. But at the end of the day, enjoying it more than anything. I don't want it to be something that's kind of there just to be there. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to avoid it again, is just putting out something to put it out. Because at that point, I feel it becomes disingenuine. It's just like, ooh, excuse me, you're only trying to do it because everybody else is doing it. You're not doing it because you have a personal interest or hobby, or you want to do something with it. You know what I mean? So it's funny because as I was thinking about it, I watched a clip earlier this week of how you were talking on Park Car Talks about not planning to be in corporate America forever. Obviously with your goal being to be a business owner and everything. And I think that's a big point just with what we do is, if you do, obviously, if we want to make the transition over, the biggest thing is just about being intentional, having standards, and treating this like a business, but not just a business, but what's the word I'm looking for here? Again, something you genuinely care about, something you invest your time, your love, and your opportunity in, especially with our goals and everything we have in mind. So it is what it is, though, man. You know what it is. It's another episode. It's another day. We're back here. Keep it a buck, obviously. If you don't know who I am that boy, Ayo, hold the Kanga. And what do you got? Rue, with my lovely co-host, Mr. Cam Juice.
I'm trying to find this damn song.
He's distracted, as you can see.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to find this.
Trying to get things loaded up for today's episode, man. I hope everybody has been having a great week. Hey, what it is, cat? Oh, what's up? What's up? Can a player just get in touch?
In touch. Yeah, wait.
Call you out like you ain't been. I'm gone. Oh, yeah. I'll give you your number.
And I'll call.
I'll follow that thing in the mall.
In the mall.
Take you home so we can do it all.
Do it all.
While I'm being set down, oh, yeah. Come on, man. Hey, with the beat, baby.
But
what?
Yeah,
who was that?
Dude.
Who was that? Who was that?
See, that's one of those things where I'm going to be like, damn, we need to figure that out.
Dude, we may need to make that one of the songs for today. We may need to add that in as an honorary song. We got to find out what that is, bro, because I feel like that was...
And you immediately knew, the jingle, the hook, like we were.
You know what I'm saying? You were in it.
Yeah, we were in it.
Bro, that's crazy to me. Like, that is real life. That's a doozy. But honestly, the memory of that kind of correlates with what we're talking about today. But I'll leave that to be. Obviously, like I said, hope you guys have been having a good week. If you didn't know, we have our producer behind the scenes making things shake. So don't worry about, the noises or anything. She's out here trying to make sure we look good. And, we love her for that, taking care of us. So, Cam, man, kind of before we jump into everything, let's get caught up. It was a good week, man. We're going into a 3-day weekend, Labor Day right here. What you was into, man? What happened for you? What was the motive?
Yeah, the motive for me, we actually kicked off the week on the Riser podcast.
How was that?
Good. We met Matt Willington and Christian Smith, I think are their names.
Yeah.
It was super cool, bro. It was nice to be on the other end of the mic. It was me, Kat, and Carlos went out there in Buda. They had a studio. Really? So like a little one-room studio, but it was fire. They had a couch in there. We sat at like a elevated, kind of like a bar table.
Yeah.
They had like a candle going in the middle. They had like a little antlers in the middle, a little Tito's, like the bar mat. Yeah, it was like on the floor, and then, not on the floor, but on the table. And then they gave us some drinks, things like that.
That's nice,
and it was cool because they had really good mics, like the mics we use Shure.
Shure?
Yeah, and they put on, they had a Rodecaster. So that was like, and that's what we've been trying to upgrade to here soon for our podcast. Yeah. And it was cool to like see it firsthand, like exactly what's going on.
He's having a hard time in that room, boy.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, man, if you don't know about our producer, her lovely dog, he's a beautiful, and I'm gonna show everybody a picture of him, man. He's a beautiful 2-year-old black lab. That man is having the time of his life in that bathroom right now, bro. I'm gonna tell you, he is breathing down that door. He's a good dog though, isn't he, Ken?
He loves me.
He's a very good boy. We love dogs here at the Keep It a Buck podcast and Opinionated Family. Mac is one day gonna be a studio dog, but he has to stop breathing down doors, bro. Like the big bad wolf, you feel me?
But we had a Rodecaster. It was cool to see them use it. They already had like a pre-recorded introduction, like "Welcome to the Riser podcast." Sounded like it was on like a radio set.
Oh yeah.
And the dude could control the audios and things like that. He was playing like instrumentals, like Jack Harlow, like the trendy songs, like just playing the instrumentals and stuff. And we could hear everything that was going on. And I sent him notes about me and Carlos about why we wanted to start a podcast, like what it was about and stuff. Yeah. And he like read the notes out loud. And Carlos is sitting directly across from me, so I
saw that y'all set up.
Yeah, I was here, Carlos was there, and then Matt's here, Christian's here. And Christian owns a media company, actually, so he did a phenomenal job. Basically, they're using like these Logitech Wi-Fi cameras.
Wow.
Which was like good to see, because obviously we want to do angles and stuff at one point. But he was like, yeah, bro, they're really good. Shoot 1080p. He had like a little like iPad mini. And basically he was able to see all the angles as we were shooting and going recording. And so this dude was going crazy, bro. Like you could tell he like really does this because he was controlling all the angles. So he would switch on the angles on the iPad and like have that be set as like the main footage while still controlling the roadcaster levels with like music, things like that, sound bits.
So he was basically using his iPad as his mixer.
Yeah. That's and crazy. Then he had like the roadcaster next to him, and he was just going up and down, and his mic was elevated because he needed the table to, you know, do the other stuff he was doing. But he was still engaged in the conversation.
I think that's dope, bro, because
it was super cool.
You know what I'm saying? It shows you how much farther I think we have to go in our careers, because we're still relatively young. I don't know how long they've been.
Well, they just started too.
Really?
Yeah, but he just owns a media company. So
which that put, you know what I'm saying?
He just has an advantage. Like and the thing is, like all the stuff they use, I know how to use. It was just more of the fact I was impressed because whenever we get somebody doing that, cutting angles, doing the audio, things like that, that person is going to be probably behind the scenes, behind the camera. Yeah. But the fact that he's on the podcast with us
and doing all that
and was
stuff.
Still doing it and was still engaged was super cool to me.
He's heading 3 fronts right there. You know what I mean, he's making sure your audio, your visuals, and the conversation is being created. So you definitely have to appreciate, like I said, the skill first and foremost, and the intention of what he's doing.
But it was really good. Like all in all, you know, the content was super good. We chopped it up. They had really good segments, and they should be, I think they said because they're really behind on podcasts. They're like 12, 16 weeks backed up.
Really?
Yeah, because they've just been shooting nonstop. So we shot episode 48, and when you go on their Spotify, they've only dropped like 24 audios.
Really?
Yeah, and they haven't dropped any YouTube videos yet because they said they wanted to get to 50 podcasts and then start just flooding, like just dropping every day, basically. So what's cool about that is everyone has a different way of doing it. So it's kind of cool to see like, oh, okay, that's a cool way.
I like that though. I think one of the biggest things that helped us was having a queue ready and being able to now, we're sitting, I think, on like 2 episodes. Yeah, we're sitting on 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. So it helps to keep delivering that queue and keep kind of getting things loaded. That way, again, when we have to readjust or maybe something comes up where we have to do something, we have things to work on. The work is always going. We're not kind of just like, yeah, well, what are we doing now? We're growing. We're getting better. We're learning day by day. So, yeah, man. I think, first of all, congratulations, because that's dope. You guys got that guest
appearance. Get on the other end.
Absolutely.
Of the camera,
you guys deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You and Carlos have been.
To not be interviewed by someone that knows us.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It just hit a little different. And they had different segments and stuff. So I can't wait for y'all to hear that and see that. The audience, keep it a buck, opinionated, park car talks. I just can't wait for y'all to see that content, the clips we get. And then also, too, the boy Silo hit me up earlier in the week, too. Actually, that same day, and asked to edit some clips for us for free. And if you guys know Silo, he does a lot of ATX, AJ's clips, things like that. It's blowing him up on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tweet him sometimes on Twitter. Yeah, but shout out to Silo. Yeah. He said he was like, I just want to do it for free. I want to learn about the IRL stuff.
Absolutely.
And, if things go well, what I would like to do at some point, if we're, because we're actually, a lot of stuff happened this week, low key. So I got to definitely keep unpacking. But I would like
peeling back the layers here. Shout out to my boy Zay. We're peeling back the layers.
I would like for people, or for him to be, an outsource for opinionated, and that way, keep it a buck, park hard talks, and opinionated off topic could send him footage, and we just pay him. So then that just takes a lot off our plates, because we got a lot of stuff going on, especially business front, merch ideas. We're gonna start going to events. Things like that. So that's something that could take off our plate, and he specializes in that. I would love for that.
It'd be good, bro, to, like I said, add him to the family. I mean, add him to the network. Obviously, that's somebody who has a phenomenal skill set in what he does. Is very talented, is a very hard worker. I've seen clips, obviously, from, and I didn't realize that was him, but I mean, something like that, again, it's a phenomenal asset, you know, because that's obviously somebody who's very dedicated to his craft and intentional with what he's doing. So, I mean, shout out to him. We appreciate you for reaching out to, like I said, that's a big help.
And that's
you know?
the boy, too.
That's
like,
love.
we knew him when he was, like, 16. So to
Really?
see, like, to see his, like, growth and to see how mature he is at his age and his hunger and work ethic, that's someone you always want to just see win and keep in your
That's
corner.
what, you want to give him love. You kind of want to give him appreciation. You want to, give him the flowers because he definitely deserves it. Been working his butt off. And, he's in this moment right now and doing what he can and showing off what he has because he's the one that kind of curated that and did that for himself. So shout out to him. Good work.
And also, too, another thing, we just got our LLC finalized and it's in motion and it's moving. So the LLC, which it'll make us a limited liability company, so we're not, getting lawsuits and things like that. And we can finally, get a bank account. Everyone can
Did y'all sign paperwork?
Bank account, everything get flowing, things like that. Finally have everything going. And then that way, in the future, Steve, all his stuff, everybody's stuff, will all be able to start eating the right way financially. And that's what's important. So we're just protected. So we got
I
the
didn't
LLC
realize
going.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
y'all signed paperwork, everything,
Well, Carl's basically filed it for us, and it's like I think it's like a partnership or something like that.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple different ways you can do it,
but yeah, he filed it for us, and then the plan is that way we can open up a bank account, and everyone will have access to seeing what's going in and out of there. And then also too, I mean, we all know we can start making something, right?
Yeah.
So like just being able to just see that and like, hey, you might cut somebody $100 for a check. Like, yeah, that's not a lot, but it's still cool to be like, damn, we made $100 from our own company. And mainly for the gear we're trying to get, like writing stuff off.
It's all
like
in
that.
Because I think the big thing about where we're at right now is an investment. That's why we were texting the other day, and I was, when I was asking, just everybody's on the same accord. Everybody have the same mind. Everybody have the same vision. Are we all aligned? One of the biggest things I feel like we'll realize as we continue to invest into what we're doing is you're going to have a gut check. Reality is going to hit a lot of people. And it's kind of funny enough going into the topic of what we're chopping it up on today, but aside from all that, it's more or less just the reality of what happens when you're investing into something. You may take victories, you may take defeats, you may take an accumulation of things, but it's all about how you respond to the things you can control and what you can do. So I think the beauty kind of in everything is you're going to really see where people's heads lie, where people's hearts lie, and where their actions lie. And when you're doing something like this, like, you have to pull together. You have to have everybody on the same page. Everybody has to be on one motion. Everybody has to kind of be in the same mindset. Because if they're not, what you're going to start seeing is division among your group. And that's not necessarily, I think we have such a good personality and an easygoing nature that that's not necessarily an issue by any means, because everybody has a lot of love for each other and we're a family aside from the LLC compared to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, aside from everything, we're a group. We love each other. We have a lot of genuine respect, and that should naturally carry over to what you're doing. Your hope is that, people don't get confused in the light. People don't get confused with the money, but we remember where we came from and we're humble, understanding that, we're not here necessarily just to, we want to be on top. We want to make money off this. We want to establish a living in a company, but we also don't need to become selfish within that. The point is to do for others what we wanted for ourselves. How good is it going to be if we can look at this thing in 10 years and look back now at the opportunities we can give other people and enable others to be on a platform and in a position, regardless if that's in front of the camera, if that's behind the scenes doing work for us, if that's post-production, whatever that is. Imagine the humble beginnings we can come from and what we can do for others and their own aspirations. So,
and we got to do it right,
Absolutely.
That was the main
absolutely.
thing. Like, just doing it right. We've always been very calculated with how we've done stuff, especially with logos, content creation, the equipment. Nothing's cheap. Like, we're doing it right. We got a lot of stuff planned. Merch is, good. So it was about just doing everything right and just holding off on buying stuff because we wanted to start writing stuff off and just things like that.
Working with what you got,
making an investment, and then now it's I think it's gonna put, like, not saying that we weren't all taking it serious, but now I feel like you see that LLC behind stuff, you're just like, damn, like, I got to do my part. Regardless of if you feel like you're not or whatever, I think it just holds everyone more accountable because it's being taken serious now. It's like, damn, we talking about doing the business. Now it's like paperwork and stuff is like really showing the business.
And I think that's the biggest thing you think about too. And that, leads me to my song choice. I'll get to that one here in a second. But again, that reality. What does that look like for people? What is the expectation? Now we already know what it is. We know what we want, but what steps and what actions are we taking? If the problem is we need to start a media company, and how do we do that? What's the solutions we're finding? Are we just talking about the problem, or are we talking about the solution and acting on that?
And like, do we want to just make it a media company? Because there's people that's like, oh, let's do a media company, but what that can mean a lot of things. You could literally be a media company. We could be photographers for other people, video editors for other people, strictly like a service.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, we're opinionated media, but it's not to be a service. It's more to bring creative dreams to life. It's my favorite thing to say. I cannot wait till the merch we do with those comes out. But I mean, that's really what it's about, right? Because Steve never really wanted to he's wanted to do a podcast, but like he's bringing it to life, right? Not saying it was because of opinionated, but like that's the whole purpose of it. Seeing Park Car Talks, them start their vision, and then now they're doing other things. They got Fast Lanes coming. They've the Zay Zay show.
The Beautiful Mind of Zay, baby.
The Beautiful Mind of Zay. So like they have other alternatives. We're gonna start getting some more IRL content and things like that going, and we're really creating. There's a pathway.
It's a combination of people and efforts who've been able to come together and make this kind of come into what it is, because it's the networking capabilities. It's adding people in. It's knowing and understanding that not one man can do everything, but the culmination of many can come together and really push towards something that's bigger than life itself. And that's kind of the thing here, man. That's what I feel like is the biggest thing, is that united as one, we come together to do a lot. Then that's more than us, and that's from networking. That's from meeting different people. That's from uplifting other content creators, or just other people in general who are pursuing their aspirations and their dreams. I think obviously that's why that's really a big reason why Off Topic I think took off for y'all, because y'all weren't just highlighting other content creators, but y'all went out and went you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a wide variety of people and individuals y'all have highlighted, which was what makes it pretty dope, man. It's like, it doesn't matter who it is, but y'all take the opportunity. Same thing with Park Car Talks. I mean, they've talked to everybody. They talked to my boy Gray, who, shout out to Comic Book Gray. He's a Fortnite streamer, and now just more than that, he does a lot of content creation surrounding gameplay, a Let's Player and a streamer. But they interviewed him. They interviewed my boy Dorian, who he just has dreams and aspirations of being a pilot.
Yeah, it was super cool to listen to his podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even know a lot of that.
So which cool. But then aside from that, those are just my boys. They've obviously interviewed the other dude who was in GIS, who works as a fisherman technician.
Michael.
Michael. They interviewed the MMA fighter, Matt.
Yeah.
They interviewed
Isaac, the dude that does
photography. Isaac. They interviewed also
two Isaacs. One that does
I'm about to say
shout
out to our boy Reap, because they interviewed him. Bro, they've interviewed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have interviewed and brought on and collaborated with a lot of people, but y'all don't understand that networking, that appreciation of love for what people do. That's what brings people together, and that's what has put every great platform in the position it's in. So, I mean, suffice to say, we got a lot of things coming, and I think your week kind of illustrated, just another step, a day by day step into becoming and doing what we want to do. But
I'm ready to kill the year, bro. I have an idea in play. Oh man, there's just so much stuff I want to do by the end of the year. And I kind of want to put together, something special for the gang, so we can kind of reflect on the year.
I've been thinking about something like that too.
Yeah, well, we have all that footage, so that's what I was saying. Like, I'll talk to Alex, Albert, and CJ about it, and I was gonna talk to you off camera. I want us to work on it together. Yeah, I want it to just be between us, and then I want everybody to see it that is a part of the game, like Toxicity, the group chat. Like, they're not doing this stuff with us, but they're still fans at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And I want
they support us though. They love us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which is why it's just as important.
So but everything's been good. Oh, and also last house cleaning item came in, just got back. He moved on. I think he got back here on Monday or Tuesday.
He's here now.
Yeah, not in Austin, but he's in Texas. So he's in Brownwood. Some things are falling through with some living situations and stuff. But he plans to be in Austin as soon as possible, and from there on, it's gonna be on and popping. Especially for being at the collective. Me and him will be at the collective, really networking and working and trying to plant these seeds for everyone else. And then everyone else, we're bringing everybody else with us. That's the point. Just because I'm at the collective doesn't mean Steve ain't finna be at the collective next year. The point is to bring everybody with us.
We all don't make big bands around here.
Nah.
We don't make big bands yet.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
But yeah, That's little house cleaning items. But today we got the topic.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna front. To get into it without getting into it, this kind of correlates with my week, right? So I found out, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, that J. Cole, I don't know if you saw this, I'm sure you saw it because it's been all over the internet. J. Cole just got the cover. He's the first rapper ever to grace the cover of 2K for 2K23.
Where Drake at? Drake ain't doing that.
Oh, no, absolutely, bro. You're not lying. Like, you're not lying. No, but you're not lying. That's the thing. Bro, look, you're not lying.
I was about to ask you. I was like, bro, those are Pumas, bro. When did you get those?
I've had these. These are actually my hooping shoes. Because of what we're talking about.
You're just nice.
No, these are casual.
You're just nice.
I mean, bro, if I'm gonna hoop in a shoe, it's gonna be Jermaine. I can't hoop in Drake's shoe, so I'm gonna hoop in Jermaine's shoe.
You're just nice, bro.
So, bro, no, I think so I found out Monday or Tuesday, J. Cole is the first rapper to ever be graced on a 2K cover. 2K23 Dreamers cover. Shout out to Jermaine Cole. If you don't know, I think it's the Dreams cover, the Dreams edition, Dreamer edition. His basketball shoe is called the Puma RS Dreamer. And I feel like when I saw that and it turned me up. Like I was I'm a big nerd already, but seeing J. Cole on the cover of 2K23, I was geeked. I have a PS5 digital and I'm gonna buy the hard copy just to have the cover. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how tough that is.
Gotta make sure I didn't drop that shit.
I'm about to say, bro, you about to be dreaming in Cat's house because you're finna knock you out. Dog. So I seen that, fam, and we was turning up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was getting crazy. Then funny enough, it's weird, RDC, Real Dreams Change the World. That boy Mark, him and his gang posted the anime House 5 trailer. And it's a series that they post. Basically, they combine different anime characters and do like a little like a real world kind of house situation where they're all living in the same house, whatever. It's a good series. It's a really good series. I'm a big anime fan, so it's always funny, bro. They make it classics. And right before DreamCon came, Mark and his people got they got basically asked to leave their house because they were renting it. And he made this whole song and this whole video where he was under his Cash Money Mark persona, Cash Money Mark, telling folks, we got kicked out. I told the owner, I said, you could double, look, here's the money and then you could double it.
Yeah.
And she's like, keep it. He's like, I say triple it. He was like, she says keep it. He said, I quadruple it. She says keep it. And then he's like, that I'm gonna make that my next hit song. I say triple it. She said keep it. So he goes on to do this whole skit out of it, bro. Yeah. And it's funny because they moved. They were based out of Austin. That's how I met them. So they moved back. I guess I want to say he's from the DFW area. But he posted a video at the end of that trailer. It was a small clip. He was like, I know, we moved out. We said the Anime House was gonna come this month, and then this month, and then this month. And it never came. But I told y'all we were dealing with the house situation. I told the owner of the house triple it. She said keep it, single coming soon or whatever. But you know what I'm saying, instead of renting it, I just went and bought it. And I was looking at that, bro, and I was like, yo, let's go. Like I was genuinely happy for them because that house has a lot of their videos in it. Obviously they're based in ATX and everything, but you know what I'm saying, like. That's a big thing for somebody to buy a house. Some of my favorite content creators, you know what I'm saying, seeing the situation they were in and then them pop out and crazy, and then their background. Yeah, so it was just cool, as a fan to see your people come from what they come from. I've been listening to J. Cole since the warm-up series.
Absolutely.
And then, I've been watching RDC World.
Days.
Bro, literally, I've been seeing RDC World since they were recording videos way back in the gap at Mark's parents' crib. And like just seeing them come from then when I was young to now, and that was consistent work they put over. Like J. Cole's been rapping since 2007, 2006, since we know. Same time as Drake. Like Drake dropped his first mixtape 06, Cole 07, 08 maybe. And now look at where they're at. Both of them. And that's two different aspects, of course, but again, it's the correlation of it. So, throughout the week, that's when the topic came to me. Like I was thinking about it and then all this stuff starts happening where we're talking about dreams and I'm like, I got it. Long story short, Cam, I was kind of sitting on this all week and just thinking about it, especially because of a lot of what we do and a lot of what we talk about. Obviously, I mean, come on now. What's opinionated's catchphrase one more time?
Bring creative dreams to life.
That's what we do here. That's what we pursue. That's what we try to think about when we think about the bigger picture. Our mission statement, right? That's that.
Mission statement.
That's, what we want to do. Is our greater goal is to come in unison with one another, help each other push one another, help each other keep each other accountable, but also lift up and support one another. We are our brothers and sisters keeper, and we represent that, or we strive to represent that in, like I said, the most efficient and the most authentic way possible. So whenever we talk about, whenever we talk about having dreams, having aspirations, bro, having, an opportunity to think about what we want more than kind of just where we're at right now, I think it starts where you're at. Before we jump into all the shenanigans, I would like to give a reminder to everybody who is pursuing a dream. I'd like to give everybody a reminder who has greater goals and objectives, and, they think and they have this utter belief that, I need more, I need, I don't have the best camera, I don't have the best mics, I don't have the best quality, I don't have this, I don't have anything. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think where you're at right now is for a purpose, and within that purpose, you can find everything you want, because at this moment, everything you have is everything we need.
Absolutely.
And I present Everything We Need by Kanye West featuring Ty Dolla $ign off the 2019 album, Jesus is Lord by Kanye
King.
West.
King.
This is King. Well, Jesus is Lord and Jesus is King. So either or. Jesus is King. Switch your attitude. Go and level up yourself. This that different latitude. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sorry, I had to get that one in. Dog. I think we underappreciate sometimes our ability to dream. And our ability to, have the opportunity to dream and then pursue those dreams. And I think we take advantage of that naturally just because, we're in a country where we can have the opportunity to do that, right? For the most part. But, I mean, man, you gotta really sit and think, fool. It's a blessing to do what we do. And we're not even that, we're not that big of a platform. Realistically speaking, it's not, we're not a complex. We're not we're not a... you remember the Source back in the Gap, right? The Source had its run in the 2000s like crazy. Yeah. We're not a Fox, right? We're not a CNN. We're not a BET. We're not a VH1.
We're not even some of the smaller ones.
Bro, you can even go down to like YouTube platforms. We're not a. I don't know if he's not a media company YouTube channel, but he has a big brand. My boy KTO does all those sports videos on YouTube.
And even the new ones like On3.
We're not a Vice. We're not an On3. Like shout out your boy JD Pickett. I've been seeing a lot of them collab posts, bro.
Yeah, he actually be hitting me up all the time. He'd be like, "You're him." He'd just be commenting on stuff when I reshare and stuff. So
that boy's nice.
Shout out JD.
I hope you support the Baylor Bears, JD. I haven't met you.
He actually does.
He's from Waco, right?
No, he's actually from California, but he played at Baylor for like a spring.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he went to Cornell and then he grad transferred to Baylor.
Well, shout out to my boy.
Yeah, he's
JD.
a big Baylor guy. He actually has an interview with Petrie.
Really?
Check it out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go check that out because hey, shout out to the boy. But you know what I'm saying? Like we're not a big media presence yet. But I think the thing is that we still have an opportunity to pursue that, to put things in place, to to take the steps necessary to do something like that. And I think that's what makes us different, but not in a cocky way, not in a way where we're better than anybody. But we're trying. We're actively stepping in that direction, bro. And there's nothing as to really what anybody can tell us in accordance with that. We can definitely learn. I'm not saying we can't be students of the game because we always will be. That's just how life is. You got to take accountability for, excuse my language, the shit you do, but that's real life. That's, in any measure, whether you're trying to grow as an individual, whether you're trying to grow spiritually or financially or whatever aspect, you got to come up in the right way. You got to keep yourself accountable in the right way. And especially in, dream chasing. Shout out my boy Meek Mill. You got to be intentional. You gotta be set, bro. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. And you can't take advantage of it, bro. Dreams are considered a succession of images, thoughts, or emotions passing through the mind during sleep. So when we think of dreams, we naturally think of
you think of your stories, scenarios, what you're thinking of when you're sleeping normally, right? But I don't know.
sit on that because I see you got something. What you mean?
So for me, you know, when someone's like, yeah, dude, as soon as someone talks about like dream, I have a dream. Like I'll tell you off rip, I have a dream. For me, it's not gonna be about, you know, what I was thinking about when I was sleeping and things like that, which is okay. For me, the dream is what we're doing, chasing the dream. Your dream can be anything, financial freedom, shout out Larry June, or it could be, you know, having that ability of having, you know, your time and your control, making someone else's dreams come to life. As that boy Albert told this man Steve, how many dreams are you stopping by not tracing your own?
Which is, I mean, that was as real as it got, honestly. I told you in that pod, like not like that slapped me across my face because it was a realization. I'm gonna dive a little deeper with that question. In your sleep, right? Talking about actual dreaming while you're asleep, has there been anything that's correlated to any deeper feelings? You know, you don't have to get personal on here and talk about maybe any of your personal matters, but just in terms of, have you had any dreams in the last couple of years, or maybe anything that's corresponded that stuck out to you that maybe indicated some form of maybe desire, good or bad, or some sort of situation you were dealing with, good or bad, or something that stuck with you? You know, you had a dream that maybe spoke to something, and then in real life something corresponded after, or that something was weighing on your conscience.
Yeah. I think a lot of dreams are a prediction of your self-conscious. You know, you could be doing someone the wrong, or you could be kind of thinking about someone or situation or scenario, and you don't really talk about it or address it, but that dream kind of comes to life, and it's just something that's really present and in the future.
Yeah.
And it's just showing firsthand, like you're just like, damn. Like it's kind of like a reality check in a way.
Yeah.
Without being an actual figment of your reality, because you know dreams are just, you know, just a sense of your self-conscious, and normally we only retain, I think it's like 10% of our dreams. It's very small. We don't retain a lot of our actual dreams that we have when we sleep. But I've always been one of those people, like I don't even have a lot of dreams, honestly. Like when I sleep, no, not really. Like I don't know. Like I think, as weird as it's gonna sound, it's kind of dwindled the more I've gotten more in my creative bag. Like I feel like since I create so much all the time, when I go to sleep, my mind just shuts off and it's just like rest. Like it doesn't like do the extracurricular.
You don't think so?
I don't know, bro. I just don't have that many dreams anymore. I do sometimes, but like I really don't.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I do get a lot of. I don't know if this has to do with dreams, but I do get a lot of deja vus. Like lately, too.
Deja vus do correlate with dreams, but the reason deja vus, according to, and this is a very loose and general, you know, kind of summary of it, but they correlate to your body going through a similar memory that it's trying to connect an association with because it wants to establish like a sense of familiarity. But it is a form of a dream, all things considered, to my understanding. So it's funny you say that because, you know, because of the topic, so I thought of the topic and I was like, that's like, we gotta, you know, hit this on the head. We gotta talk about it because it's a big part of what we do. It's in our mission statement. You know what I'm saying? It's who we are. And then like literally right after that, I saw the J. Cole Dreamer edition and I was like, okay, now we're cooking with something. And then I saw the RDC video about them buying the house and I was like, okay, we're cooking with something. And then I started to see all this other stuff that just correlated with like dreams and people achieving their dreams and things like, you know, people, you know, living out their dreams. And I was like, this just feels like a little too spot on. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those moments, me and my boy D, you already know.
Shout out to boy Dorian.
We make fun of it, bro. We call these moments like looking at the sky. I call them the look to God moments. He calls them the look at the sky, but it's basically like when you question reality, you're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, when those happen, I'm like, all right, God, what's your point? And it's kind of my way of getting him like spiritual and be like, come on, bro, it's deeper than life. He'll be like, all right, you may be onto something. But I had to dig a little bit deeper because, you know, when people talk about dreaming, J. Cole, RDC World, all of our favorite content creators and their humble beginnings, everybody we adore and we have love for in any reality of what they do, athletes, artists, our parents, right? Our loved ones, whatever profession, whatever, people, everybody has dreams. It doesn't matter what kind of reality of life you're in. Everybody's a dreamer.
Dreamer.
So in your dreams, right? We'll take it back and we're kind of going to college. I was a psychology minor, and I say that kind of bodaciously because you should be calling me Dr. Rue with the amount I studied.
Shut the.
So we studied basically different psychological theories about people's personalities, right? And like two of the most popular names you're gonna hear is Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. Those are like two of the most popular. You could call them psychologists. Carl Jung was more of a psychologist. Don't get me wrong. Let me box him in. He was a very smart and intelligent mind and developed one of the main theories of psychology. But Sigmund Freud is who they call like the father of psychotherapy. I think so. It's psychotherapy or psycho. He was an Australian neurologist. Dude studied the brain, right? And he had this crazy theory about how our self-conscious works, how we process our thoughts, how this develops into our personality. He's like the father of all like psychology. People call him like the father of psychology, essentially. He is a really like renowned doctor in the psychology community, right? He went into this giant theory basically talking about how our dreams are influenced by our experiences, emotional, aside from emotion, kind of, what you felt, what you experienced, and, the things kind of you yearn for. And he goes into different things and different realities. So as I'm looking up kind of, a lot of what Freud believed to be his kind of structure and basis upon what he said, I found a couple interesting things. And mind you, again, this is just one theorist, one doctor, and there's when I tell you there is a spectrum of theories around people's, about why the way people are and how they act and why they dream and there is a rainbow of just, media available to study. I mean, we wrote term papers on this. I was studying this meticulously in college. Yeah. And it was interesting because you really get to understand why a lot of our most, renowned doctors in this department, why they believe people act the way they do. And honestly, you could take something from everything and learn because I think every one of these individuals had a point. I digress. Sigmund Freud had this idea that the source of your dreams, and I quote from this article on frontiersin.org, one of the things I was looking at in prep for this episode is that your dreams include stimuli from the external world, subjective experiences, organic stimuli within the body, and mental activities during sleep. Empirical evidence has supported some of these assertions. The self-organization theory of dreaming, which is Freud's theory, posits that memory consolidation, emotion regulation, and reception of external stimuli can contribute to dream content. Hence, dream content can contain important information about the person dreaming. So when you hear people casually talk about their dreams, you're understanding who they are. You think about it, right? Because that has to correlate with their hopes, their wants, their, what they're experiencing, what they've been through. Think about it in the most simplest of terms. You remember when we were in elementary school and our teachers would be like, well, what do you want to do? What's your dream job? Like, what's your dream house, your dream car? That was for a reason. What do you want?
That's like, doesn't seem realistic.
You know what I'm saying?
It seems out of reach,
and the reason that comes is because your dreams when you sleep, a lot of the time, the stereotypical dreams you hear is you were naked in a public setting, right? And you couldn't find your clothes, or people's teeth are falling out. That's a real popular dream. Being embarrassed in a public setting, or, having like the craziest thing happen where you may be with a loved one that's passed away, or you may be with like dating somebody in your dream that you've never had before, right? Or you may be in a car you've never driven, in an experience, in a setting, whatever, right? It's like an infinite playground of things that can happen in your dreams. And this all correlates, they go on to say, because of, and I quote, is not derived from, but not identical to real life. Some transformation and connection must exist between these materials. Connections are not random, but rather constrained by one's unconscious desires, such that as a dream is the fulfillment of a wish. He also found that disagreeable dreams seem more widespread than pleasant dreams. Hence his hypothesis that dreams can disguise their true purpose, i.e. indirectly fulfilling wishes. In the bigger picture, what you begin to see and kind of understand is that, a lot of the times when people may have dreams, they may have nightmares, or they may have dreams about these things that are making them uncomfortable, right? Like, again, being asleep, and you have a dream that you're naked in a public domain and being embarrassed, that may be a correlation to something you have going on in your life where you're having feelings of embarrassment, maybe feelings of being let down, maybe feelings of disappointment, feelings of your teeth falling out, kind of same correlation. Maybe you feel bad about something going on. You know, your dreams are supposed to be a correlation to your surroundings and what's going on around you. And the reason I bring all of this up, because I think it's interesting when we talk about our own dreams and our own aspirations, you know, and what do we want? What do we envision? What are our hopes? What are our goals? We talk about something that derives from our personal experiences and something that's derived from, you know, again, what we've gone through, what we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we consume. So you take it back to when you were a kid. What was your, when you know, your teacher asked you, what's your dream job? What were you saying?
For me, I mean, at the end of the day, we all had hoop dreams. So I wanted to be in a league, wanted to play it in the NFL. You know, I felt like at the time, you know, as a kid, you kind of gauge, you know when you're better than kids, and just being honest, you just know when you're good. And I was just better than a lot of kids.
He said, as a kid, you know what it is.
You just know when you're nice, and you know, I just thought it was realistic and. You know, as you get older, you get humbled and stuff, and it's crazy to actually. That's a good like fact you brought that up because I mean, you think about that time period when you're a kid, you don't really know anything. I mean, I probably said I wanted to drive NASCAR or something back then too. So like, doing that.
But now, what in the same message as you come up, what was the difference now in stopping that dream and correlating it to where you're at currently in your life with dreaming to have a media company that brings in enough income for you to have. Again, your own life, and not just have your own life, but to be making thorough enough money where, you know, we're funding this company, we're living in our own homes, we're doing things, and this is all solely off the fact that we run, you know, a media company and we make content. What's the difference now in that point to where you've come? Where do you think that dream developed into what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think we all have expectations, right, of like kind of what we want to do when we grew up, when we got older. For me, you know. I didn't even get the opportunity as some of my other friends got. I didn't go to a pro day. Almost did. Didn't go to a pro day. Didn't get a tryout with a team. Didn't make a training camp. Didn't go to OTAs. None of the steps that get you to the NFL. But I was actually at peace with that. For me, just kind of my inspirations. I feel like it's a lot different now. You got like the internet is powerful. You got the Cole Bennett's of the world, someone that's literally our age. And every time he posts something, it's literally breathtaking because he's doing something different every time.
Yeah.
Seeing people like that, seeing people like Hex being a pioneer of esports and gaming, seeing people, you know, that
Hex's phase, right?
Optic. Yeah. Just seeing like
He's gonna kill me if he ever sees this.
Yeah, low-key. Yeah. It might be possible. We got some connections to get to him. But
I'm sorry, Hex.
But you know,
sign me.
It's one of those things where it's just like you see everything kind of aligning, and then you're just like, you know, I feel like this is my purpose and my passion. I mean, I love doing the content creation. I love just sitting here having conversations. Sometimes I'm hard on myself because, you know, I just do a lot and things like that. But I mean, came and moving back.
Do you think
making the connections I know? I feel like just my purpose is to like do something out of the norm to serve people, and all my friends are also doing that. And it's like I was telling. I don't know if was I telling you this or CJ. I was just telling somebody that it's really unique to me that I know like what I can do for myself. I know how I'm going to keep myself accountable. But it's really unique to me that you, Albert, Sebastian, CJ, Carlos, everyone is really not made, you know, money to change their life and stuff, but their original concept or dreams are still fulfilling. Like you're getting into your content creation bag, you're getting consistent. CJ has been doing PCT for 8 months, and now I can finally see, I'm seeing like Zay, Zach, Alex, all just excited to do more stuff to keep growing and evolving. Seeing Carlos, just being here still to this day. Albert still being here to this day. We're still doing this. Sebastian still doing Final Few stuff, like planning a drop very soon. Just like everyone's still doing that. Because, I mean, it's so easy to just be like, you know, quit for, you know, and just stop doing it. But I feel very blessed. It came in especially too, like making music and stuff. I just feel very blessed to see like my friends still doing what they really want to do and knowing that it will pay off at some point and we can be consistent and all work together. So I feel like that kind of keeps me moving because CJ said the other day, you get online, you get on YouTube and you see all your homies making stuff throughout the week. you just see posts from all your homies, right? It's just like, damn, it's like I'm watching my homies. Like Sebastian's not even posting like actual like
he's not
content,
posting
but he's like posting real estate videos. I watch every single one of those videos because lately the houses he's been looking at and reviewing, I'm like, damn, bro, like I want one of that one day. I want to bust my ass to get in that and then have my friends over. And then if I don't want to have people over, I'm gonna go to their house and it's gonna be just like that too.
Yeah.
Like that's like kind of my mindset. I want everyone to get
that's
to
the
that
dream
and eat and like we're all just happy living life. We only got one of them. Do whatever like that entails. Like if you want to
I think that's
do
why
something, you got to just do it.
I think that's why it's important to be a dreamer, bro. And you know, it's funny because it's when I was a kid, kind of to that point I made, I wanted to do one of three things. I wanted to be a psychological profiler. Like I wanted to work for, you know, police department, but not just be a cop. I wanted to be like, I was saying Criminal Minds, CSI, like something to where I could analyze and understand people and why they do things the way they do, why they act the way they are, what experiences they went through, and you know why that influenced them and how that changed their chemical makeup and them growing, how the trauma manifested them, how the growth, you know, their experiences, basically why they are the way they are and what happened to them to make them where they're at their current stage in life. That was one of them. The other one was a ball player, obviously, football, obviously. And then the third one was to be an artist, to make music, because I loved music. I loved watching my grandpa play the piano and the guitar. I loved being around my family, and all they did was music. I loved being in an environment to where, you know, I felt like that conduit was genuinely speaking how I felt in a way better than I could describe it. And even to this day, you know, I still have aspirations of being in that environment to where I can see how recordings are done. And I've been able to sit in, like, God blessed enough in studio sessions to where I see how everything is constructed. But I feel, you know, being in that environment, it makes me more curious. It makes me want to learn more. It makes me want to do more. And then to your point, you know, you get older and maybe life and it's, you know, and reality, sure, maybe life and into reality starts hitting you, but that's where I believe to this point, bro, that your dreams have to overpower that essence, because what a lot of people do is that when reality hits, I feel like ultimately if circumstances don't line up, we ultimately cash out on that dream and take it for what it was and then move forward. And I guess I got to live life to this standard because that's what reality is. And what we begin to do is, I feel like, limit our conscience. So we start going through these situations to where we're not really living for anything that we're striving for. But what we're doing in essence is living for something that's just to get by.
Yeah.
So, you know, your mindset is immediately going to change. You know, you may start dreaming about a lot of stressful things. You know, you may not enjoy sleeping. You may go through something where your actual dreams when you lay in your bed at night are maybe, you know, not necessarily nightmares or night terrors, but they're not good dreams, and it's affecting you because you realize maybe, just maybe, your emotional experiences, your thoughts, and everything that you're dealing with at that time isn't in line. Think about it. As kids, you're still growing, you're still learning. I feel like, you know, the typical kids, what they say is, oh, mommy, I had a dream that I was on a dinosaur and I was riding through Egypt and, you know, I was fighting against aliens. And it's because at that time, your aspirations as a kid and your mind is so open to everything. There's nothing that can stop you. And as you get older, you start seeing the reality of everything that's going on. And you're like, I don't have the money, or I don't have the ability, or there's too much. And you start making excuses. You start trying to be limited by circumstance. And that's what the dream killer is. Because now at 25, 26, 27, that's, you know, our ages, but, you know, you can even go to 21 or 33, 45, whatever. You start getting limited by life's parameters. You start taking that as the truth. Like, I can never be better just because of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my life. And that's what ends up doing you dirty. You know what I mean? Because you start limiting yourself. As a kid, nothing can limit you. So your dreams are vivid. You know, you wake up and it's, I'm going to be this and I'm going to pursue and I'm going to go. And then you get older and you get older and you get older and you're like, oh, this is this and this is this. And maybe I'll adjust my dream because my reality is different.
Yeah.
In essence, all you're doing is comforting yourself because you're not adjusting to the fact that you can accomplish that dream. But what the reality is to accomplish that dream, you need to put the work in and you need to do the things and you need to be patient. You need to be faithful and you need to be thankful. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of things, and people get to the reality of, oh, you're telling me I have to sacrifice, or I have to invest, I have to take away from other things. I can't, I got to limit my dreams now. I got to pull it back to my reality. And that is, you know what I'm saying? That's why dreams have to be greater than that, because you look at all of the people, look at your biggest influencers, your biggest idols, the people you look up to, the people you consider your mentors. You know, you could start with your parents, right? The most simplest of things. And what the issue is with that is, you know, you look at your parents and you don't know what they've been through or what they've done, but now you know where they're at. You know, you personally experienced their come up from when you were born to where they're at
absolutely.
now. And you see everything that they've gone through and everything
what
that
it
they've
what
done.
it takes, what it really takes, you know.
And that's my point, because I bet you if you look at both of their upbringings, maybe they come from humble beginnings, maybe they don't. But look at the position now they've put themselves in. Same with mine.
Yeah.
You have to understand that everybody comes from something, but it's the determining factor of, as they get older and begin to grow, are they going to limit that in the capacity, or are they going to push that past that point of, here's my reality and here's the circumstances I'm going to stay in.
And you have to expand. Like, you have to really expand on that. I feel like your parents have a dream, and your dreams might be different. But with me, what's important is to continue to provide and make, you know, those dreams more accessible. Obviously, like, not everyone has the same resources, right? Not everyone can go buy a $1,500 camera. Not everyone can go buy a MacBook Pro.
If it was up to us, we'd be in a studio with the complete set.
Exactly. Complete set and complete editors and people that are just doing stuff, you know.
And that be that on that. Like, we have everything already assembled and taken care of.
And what's cool is the journey is everything. Did you ever get through that mic pod all the way or no?
I'm about halfway through it right now.
So he was talking. He gets to a point where, like, later towards the end, boy, it was definitely
He was talking something crazy on there.
Yeah.
He started off like, he came out the gates hot, and that's what made me, like, you know, a lot of the podcasts he was doing with John, and then he comes out and he's like, John, make sure you include that. I want people to see what. And, you know, it's crazy because he gets to talking and gets to kind of reflect.
He's doing it by himself, too, so it was super different. It was,
you know what I'm saying? It felt like a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah. And he was just talking about, like, how the journey is everything, like, being very present in the moment. I was, like, talking to CJ about this today. Like, I feel like we're so close, bro. Like, so close. Like, so many opportunities are presenting themselves. The consistency is there. We're growing. Views are there. We're getting better and better at our craft. And for me, I gotta be very present in the moment. And I think for me, it's been hard lately just due to the fact of just seeing how it was a couple years ago. And, like, now seeing how much we've grown from then. And that's obviously great and what I love to see. But also just for me, I'm just really ready to just go to the top, grasp it, and then just keep elevating, because I'm a workaholic. I just want us to keep working. I just want us to keep growing and going. But also, that pod has hit perfectly for me. And I need to listen to this Only See Once. I haven't had that one playing yet. Yeah. But just being able to just listen to what he had to say and the advice of just being present in the moment. Because, I mean, you look at Mike, too. Like, yeah, he was famous. He was all doing tours and making music. But he had his biggest year yet.
With the highs and
rebranding, and he bet on himself. He didn't know if it was going to work or not, but just seeing someone that already had money, already was living in LA with his boys, you know, had tasted success, but was like, this isn't really me. Want to rebrand.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's just like,
that was his reality.
Yeah,
like that was what he was in, and that's what, you know. Hey, I have a hit song. I have something that's going. I have something that's here. But my dream is to be bigger than this moment and bigger than where I'm at. I've already hit all my dreams up to this point, but it's just something that feels like bigger than life. My dream is not to be here, but to be bigger than this platform. So the fact that he didn't look at the circumstances of that reality and try to ride that out is like, oh, I'm going to just be in this platform and in this dominion. I mean, you know, you understand that he took himself to another level. He pursued something greater. He didn't look at the limitations of everything he was doing. So, you know, we talk about being a dreamer. We talk about, you know, oh, what's your dream? What's this? Where do you want to be at? And dreams are good and dreams are bad. I think people forget that, you know, you could have a dream that is amazing and you can have a dream that tears you down. Maybe you have a bad experience and it's something that kind of tries to flip you upside down, or you have something that's phenomenal that you want to pursue with everything in you. And I mean, like life, you know, you have to understand which is better for you to fully embrace, take on, and correlate with. Are you going to be limited to just being in a position to where, you know, your reality prevents you from doing anything else? Or are you going to embrace the fact that there's an opportunity for change? Not everything is perfect. Everything in this world comes and goes. And the only thing that you have to rely on that's not yourself is, you know, typically for me, it's the favor of God and just trusting that everything that's in my life right now is supposed to be where it is. And I deal, again, my dreams are to be in this position full time. In 2 years, 3 years, I would like to be shooting this in the studio. You know what I'm saying? With the rest of the crew around us and people in one room working, another person doing this, we're doing
got people at the front doing sales, selling
doing
stuff.
you know, hire a receptionist.
Literally, someone doing sales.
You know,
Bro,
hire somebody to cover our books.
Man, bro, this is why I got. Yeah, we just got to plan the
But
day
that
soon.
has to be bigger than the small things. Maybe the disagreements, maybe the limitations, maybe where we're at right now currently. It has to be bigger than our reality, bro. Because if we not even keep, because we don't, but if we begin to, hell, if anybody begins to, what you won't understand and realize is that what you're trying to do is like, I'm going to give you a funny story, right?
All right, talk to me.
I was a freshman in high school, and our coach had pulled us all together after a practice, and he was asking us where our dream school was at to go play college football. At the time, like the two biggest schools I was looking at, like that, you know, I'm thinking I'm just fans of, and you know, I was like, was Baylor and Miami.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you know, if I were to go, like my dream, if I were to play football at the collegiate level, my dream would be Baylor and Miami. So he's going around asking everybody. He's like, what do you want to, you know, if you could go play football anywhere, where would you want to go play at? So he's asking everybody. Mind you, we're all in a big group. And I was like, you know, he comes over to me and I'm like, honestly, like my dream would be like Baylor or Miami. And I swear to God, bro,
I think I've heard this story from someone
It was
else.
funny, bro. He was my position coach, which was the craziest part. He looked at me and he's like, honestly, just off your size and your height, that would be something that would never happen. And I remember looking at him and hearing it, and then everybody looked around and kind of looked at me to see if I was okay and looked back at him. And he was like, and that's not a slug at him. That's not, you know, that's not but it's just not a realistic thing. And I was like, yo, this MF just grilled me in front of the entire, like, the freshman football class. Like, yo, you couldn't have just pulled me off to the side or did it. You did it in front of everybody. You know, it's a dream. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying I'm going to go sign on to Miami tomorrow as a 5'7", 160-pound freshman. But, you know, that's a circumstance to where the person who was my position coach, who I looked up to, who I respected as, you know, as a coach, you know, I trust him to give me the knowledge to instill, you know, the teaching into me to understand my role better in the defense. And, you know, to be a better person, it's a lot of values that come behind respecting him, is over here telling me in front of everybody, you know, my dreams are invalid.
Yeah.
You didn't know that. There's a lot of players in different situations who have gone on to do crazy things. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be sick. I don't have to have the measurables to be a D1 player.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never knew. You never knew what could have came out of it.
You don't know. Yeah.
And then on top of that, I went from being in that position to going to play college football 4 years later. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, like, one of my biggest dreams was when I was like, you know what? Nah, I love football too much. I don't want to let it go. I want to play it. That was my dream, and I made it happen.
Trust me, I know how it feels, bro. Like, I mean, I should have went D1, but didn't, and ended up playing D2. And it's like, you kind of are upset about it for a while, especially when you're younger. It's like, damn, bro, I shouldn't even be here. I should be somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to realize you got to make the best of it. And then you start kind of realizing, you're like, damn, I'm here for a reason. Like, I'm here with some guys that also prior, just like me, were really talented, didn't get the looks they wanted or opportunities they should have, but they're still playing collegiate football, and that's more than a lot of people. And you also got to look at our friend group, bro. Like, think about, mainly what made me change my mindset on that is mainly when me and Carl got close. Because Carl should have played in college for baseball, ended up getting hurt, and did not get the opportunity to end baseball on his terms. So seeing someone like that and the opportunity he didn't get made me realize I can't just be, you gotta be grateful.
Yeah.
You gotta be grateful. You're still chasing your dream. You're still living out a dream. It might not be the way you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It might not be, you know, NFL or college, D1, FBS, Power 5 level, but you're still in college and you're still playing football and you're also still blessed to go to school. It's just an experience that, like, you can't take for granted because people are just not going to get that. Collegiate athletics hits different.
And, you know, I wasn't even at NCAA. I was at AIA. And a lot of people, you start telling them about your school, they're like, huh? So, you know, you tell people, you know, some of them are bigger than others, but for me, you know, Southwestern Assemblies of God University, you tell that and people are like, who?
SAGU.
You know what I'm
only
saying?
know if you're from Texas.
Literally, really. You know, and so we, you know, you only know if you're from Texas or if you're in the Assemblies of God ministry. Like, if that's your denomination, you go to a church. A lot of people knew us from that. So it's crazy because, again, my aspirations and my dreams were to play, I wanted to play football for as long as I could and end it, in a manner to where I was comfortable with how everything ended. And I did everything I could. I know at the end of the day, I worked. I put myself past the parameters of everybody. I came back, putting myself in a position to where I did everything I could. So that's why, it's funny because I think I quote this bar all the time, and it's from J. Cole's Heaven's EP song. He's like, I'm at peace knowing that if God didn't, I'm at peace knowing that if I did everything I could and it doesn't work out, that only God was the one who didn't have it in his hand of cards for me. You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing that stopped me was God himself was, that's not for you. I have this for you. And that's the biggest thing for me, bro. I'm okay knowing that I'm not, whatever my dreams are, as long as I don't let the reality of circumstance stop me and I go and I attack it day by day and I just chip and I chip and I chip, that one day that one hit will knock it all down and everything will come down. It doesn't matter if, you guys go and you hit something crazy and then that brings interest to everybody. If we hit something crazy, if I hit something crazy, if CJ and Zach or Zay or Alex or whoever, Catch Kitchen's Crafts is doing something crazy and they hit and it all comes down and now people are, who's opinionated media? Who are all these shows? What's this podcast? Who are they? And they start finding out, well, that's what I'm saying, bro, is all the years of work gonna pay off at that point? The 10 years you put in to invest into a company, is it gonna pay off on 10 years and 364 days going into your 11th year and then boom, you finally blow up and everything now is paying its dividends? You had the 10 years of reality, the 10 years of circumstance, right? The 10 years of sacrifice. But to my point, that's why I played Everything We Need, because in this moment and in this time, we have everything we need to pursue our dreams and put them greater to our reality. If we don't, then what we're going to get limited to is just our reality. It's our circumstance. And that's why I felt like when you study what your dreams, one of the popular theories of where your dreams come from or where they correlate to, I genuinely do think that what you're experiencing in life is what's going to correlate into your dreams. But in the same instance, that should be an indicator of, let me put myself in a position where the things I want to do, where the place I want to be, the people I want to surround myself with does become my reality. And then even then, when your dreams become your reality, that shouldn't stay your reality. You should still dream to be in a bigger and a better place. I feel like that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. For me, I don't want my dream to be the stopping point. I want that to be the beginning of the next one. And I don't want them to just be dreams. I want them to be goals. I want them to be something that's feasibly achievable. You know what I mean? Some of my dreams, when I be going to bed, I'll be flying. I know I'm never going to fly in real life, but like I know I can become self-sustainable and make a good amount of income and put myself on a public platform in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I, even though I won't fly, I'm not Superman. I bet you I'll get super banned. No, I'm kidding. But I bet you I'll be in a position to where not only am I putting myself on a public platform, but the people I love and I care about, we're all in it together. So I don't think that reality should be the end all say all, no matter what position you're in or what, you know what I'm saying? And it's never lame, and I'm gonna say this directly at the camera, it's never lame if you try to pursue your dreams, right? If you have a passion and you have something that's been sitting on your heart or something you have a general interest for that you want to, if you take that opportunity to pursue it, you're doing more than a lot of people. Because A, folks will be scared. B, folks will be, I can't say that word. That's too aggressive. See, folks will not be in a position to where they understand they can do everything they want from where they're at. And if not, that they can take the steps to pursue that. It's not a microwave process. It's a marathon. You're running a race here. You're trying to get better, but you understand it's a step by step, right? Not everything is completed just by, one thing. You do multiple things and you build on top of one another. And once you do with that investment is, after enough building, you'll have the completion of what you wanted it to be. So you can't limit yourself. You can't put yourself in a box or a binder. You absolutely can't. Your dreams are a reflection of you. They're a reflection of what you want. They're a reflection of what you desire. And not in a bad way, but in a way that, you want to be able to put yourself in a position that's greater than what you currently understand and what you can comprehend. And that's the greatest thing. That's what dreams are for. It's comprehending more than your reality, bro. It's putting yourself in a position where you can see past this current moment. And that's the key to dreams. Mm-hmm. So that's just the...
And in a nutshell, huh? That was a whole lot of good information.
You know what I'm saying? We get loose, man. We make things happen. We encourage, we love, we uplift. But that's because we all have dreams. And that's it. Everybody deserves a responsibility and a right to pursue that. But also, if you're not going to take the time, then what are you doing for yourself? You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, Cam. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. That's really all it means. So,
man, I think that calls for a closing song.
Depends. What you got? What you loading?
Hey, I don't know. You just might have to see, bro. If anybody knows about some dreams, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm just trying to see if I can. Dude, I had that shit queued. I got you.
I'm about to say, you building suspense, and now you starting to lose suspense.
You know about the boy kid named Cuddy, Man on the Moon, where you're gonna be playing some gas from the boy Cuddy. That's gonna make you feel like you're floating. You're in your dream. It might be your actual dream when you're sleeping, or maybe how you feel when you finally accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. So, with that being said, we're gonna be playing "In My Dreams," the Cutter anthem.
Off of what album?
Man on the Moon, the first one.
You're in my dream now, huh?
Hey, for real. Every time I close my eyes, I just see the OP logo. Like, oh no! It's like leave. It's like no. It's like it won't go away.
It's like no.
Hey, I'm telling you, sleeve season soon. It's gonna be right here in the middle of my cheetah that I'm getting.
Cam, bro, I think you've been talking about tattoos now for the
Bro,
last
I had some other financial
3,
stuff
4.
I had to handle, but when it comes through, my shit gonna be mint, quality, and you gonna just be seeing me and be like, damn, that boy got some fire on his arm. I'm like, yeah, it ain't cheap
This
either.
is why you have your dreams greater than your reality, because Cam's reality doesn't speak that, but his dreams will soon come to reality, and maybe we'll see him with the sleeve one day.
Hey, I'm just gonna pop out, bro. They're just
won't.
gonna see it next summer. I'm just gonna be hoodie season all summer because I got that fire.
I can't wait
all summer, all winter. Pop out and then be like, damn, April 1st when that water real cold still, but you get in there anyway, shirt off, and you'll be like chiseled, and you'll just see.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, is that the OP logo? And I'll be like, yeah. You haven't heard?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Tatted on me deeper than the surface.
That's your sick moment. My sick moment is when I start popping out the fur coats on this podcast.
Yeah,
I've been dressing real cozy lately. I've had a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell Kat to turn it up to 80 in here.
Yeah, nah. When it gets cold out here, Kat, and you know what I'm saying, that cold weather start coming. Let me get, you know what I'm saying. This podcast is really not gonna be able to handle me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna be chilling. I'm with it because that way this merch might be looking with these hoodies.
Yeah.
Sheesh. The hoodies, the hats that we plan on doing, bro. I'm trying to rep.
I mean, that's cool and all, bro. But where's the fur coats at?
You're just sick, anyways.
You
probably be out there getting those cheetah print fur coats over there.
Hermes Link, Ice Blue Mink, bro. If it's a cheetah mink too, so be it. I mean, I don't discriminate, bro. I put it on me, and what happens?
That fur coat just that's your alter ego. It's like you in the party, and the shadow's dark, and you just pop out, and it's like, oh, Steve's the fur coat. We're like, that's not the same Steve. Like that's Rue. That's not Steve. That's Rue.
I mean, it's all.
Or Shiesty Rue.
It's all becoming one of the same.
That's your doppelganger.
Rue Shiesty?
That's your doppelganger.
Yeah, that's not.
I've seen what that coat does.
That's not A or Rue. If that coat pops out, that's not A or Rue anymore. That's Rue Shiesty.
I've seen what that coat does, and it is
only the Lord can save me from the decision making that occurs.
Hey, I'm just like, damn, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
So you don't get fined.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro, y'all are there so y'all can control me and make sure I'm not a universe-ending threat, bro.
Hey, I understand. Get it how you live it. You know what I'm saying? You look good, feel good, eat good.
Look,
play good.
I told you, bro. I'm all my flexes. I feel like I'm subtle. The only thing is that with that flex,
I feel that.
That flex, that's a tough one because again, there's a catchphrase. Anytime I throw on the coat,
yeah,
she thought it was lamb, but baby, it's H&M. It's okay because one day my dream is to have a lamb. I don't know. It may not actually work because, we need to save our animals. But then we also eat lamb. So I need to sit on that and actually think about that some more because I can't say if I'm eating the lamb and wearing
Or you
it.
just make you some custom stuff out of like recycled, paper or something.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they have a fire fur coat made out of some recyclables.
Or some, like a big wool coat.
Oh, hey, look.
Hey, you be there itching like, damn, get this off of me.
Nah, bro. Look, one of my dreams is to go to Detroit and buy a genuine mink. And that's either there or somewhere in the north. Detroit, I just give a lot of credit to because them boys were killing minks back in the day. But that will get done at some point. Again, fur coat season is a different story. We're finally sitting at the beginning of September, man. This is September 2nd or 1st? That's September 2nd, right?
Yeah.
So it's September 2nd. We're rolling. Football season is here. We've started, man. We are, you know what I'm saying? We're just doing what it does. And all that being said and all things considered, that's just how we live and that's just how we do it. Turning dreams into a reality. Got $1 in a dream. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that boy Jermaine. Big dreamer.
There's a lot of songs we could pick.
Big dreamer. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. So no matter where you're at, literally, you know what I'm saying? Cole's label is Dreamville, and it's for that reason. It's because it's a village full of people who had dreams that are now living them out, but they're not, satisfied with that current reality. So whatever you're doing, whatever aspect of life or lane you're in, if you have a dream, make it your reality because it's greater than your reality and your circumstance doesn't have to dictate that. Know that there's only one thing that can stop that, and that's you. Know at the end of the day, if I can go knowing that I did everything I could and that I'm in the position I'm in now just because God was the only limiting factor, then by all means, man, look, I gave it everything I had and I'm okay with that. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You know how we got it. You know what it is. Hey, man, we got a big September coming up. We got a big, what was that? What did you just throw up?
TCU Horned Frogs.
Bandwagon. All things considered, this is your boy Rue. I'm with the bandwagon himself. We'll catch you guys on another episode here of Keep It a Buck, man. Make sure you guys are giving us, nice little subscription. If y'all didn't know, we're Spotify exclusive.
Get this man to 100 subs. He's at 98.
We're at 98.
I know y'all watch this and don't sub. What are y'all doing?
If you look, I'm gonna tell you like this: you get us to 100, we may do a giveaway. You give us to 110, we might do a giveaway. You give us to 120, we will do a giveaway. So, maybe a little bit of enticement. But again, I want it all to be organic. Don't get me wrong. I would love people to actually follow and subscribe to the content because they generally do rock with it. Yeah, not because I'm enticing you with the giveaway.
That is
selfish.
Cool. That is cool too. Because you've been at 98 for a minute, and I feel like people that are like right there be like, oh yeah,
it's just two more. You know what I mean?
But the fact you're letting it come naturally is like good. Like it'll come when it comes. And
absolutely.
That's how I feel.
That's what life is. As long as I put it out there and I take care of my business, man, everything will be rewarded. Absolutely. But because you guys love and appreciate us so much, we definitely want to feed back into the community and maybe do a little giveaway. Maybe shout out. Maybe slide an opinionated hat to somebody. Maybe get a gift card going. We don't know. It could be a little random. You know what I'm saying? We could get something going to you guys. So let us know. We got Miss Cat in the back, maybe thinking of cooking us some ideas.
Subscribers would it take for you guys to wear opposing colors at the OU Baylor game?
And
that's in November. Okay, I'll say this on record.
How many subs?
It would have to be for a lot of stuff. Opinionated would have to be at 350 at least. Opinionated at 350.
No. Keep it a buck is at 98. If we get to 150 before November 5th to be specific, I will go to an OU
got to
game.
be at 350.
I will get to.
So you will wear crimson.
I will buy an OU hat.
Actually, I can't do that. I can't go to Norman my first time and not wear the colors.
No, that's a special occasion.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
Right
yeah, for me, I couldn't do that.
If OP were to get to what?
What are y'all at right now?
273 or 270.
If you get to 500 by November, would you wear?
Oh yeah, for sure. 500, that's a lot. I would do it.
So okay,
but I would for sure have
the
DNA on my head.
We're gonna clip this.
I would have an OU shirt with gold and a green polo, but it would say OU. They'd be like, "What the hell is this deal?"
So look, if you can get AORU, the channel, to 150 before November 5th, I will go to the Baylor and OU game in Norman, completely decked out in OU gear. And I'm a Baylor die hard. So that, again, we'll make it happen. We'll get pictures. We'll upload them to the gram. We'll make sure everything is cooking. Shout out to that ring. We'll make sure everything is cooking. You get to 150. You get Opinionated Podcast, the main channel, to 500. and we will have Cam in some Baylor colors. Please, I know everybody that saw that clip of Cam being a bandwagon for NFL teams. You guys love that clip. You guys blew it up. Help me out. Share this. Get this video, get the podcast, get the channels to the subscribers so you can see Cam fully appreciating the true nature of what he is. So you can see him embrace his dreams and wear some Baylor colors. You know what I'm saying? So
shit burning my skin and thinking about it.
Look, 500 before November 5th, 150. We're going to tag the channels in the links down below. Make sure you are following Cat's Kitchens Crafts. Always cooking and bringing something new with a little bit of extra sauce on the side. You dig?
You dig.
Aside, all things considered, make sure you guys are leaving us some good reviews. We're Spotify exclusive, obviously. You catch us on YouTube on the channel Ayo Rue. Make sure you leave a like, a subscription if you guys are feeling us. Remember, we just talked about the goals. And, you know, again, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, you did. I think that's really about all of it, honestly.
Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Steve will put all his social medias. And make sure you guys are checking out Park Car Talks. They got a lot of fast lanes coming soon. They got the Zay Zay show coming soon.
They already have two episodes up.
Oh, yeah, the Zay Zay show.
The Beautiful Mind is there over there on Park Car Talks, our boy. He's the main audio guy. He just released a show. Basically, he talks about a lot of different things. He talked about anime the first episode, talked about Apex Legends, if you guys are into gaming, on the second one with Zach. So they're really cooking some things off. And, man, the whole family's just going crazy.
Yeah, whole family's going crazy. We're going crazy, too. We got some stuff. We got some cool stuff coming up soon. We plan on hitting that tailgate Texas Alabama game. So
this may already be. Yeah, this will be out.
This will be out after that. We already did that, but we have that coming up. And what else?
Plan to get some.
We got some guests coming on soon. Some good variety of guests coming on soon. The calendars are filling up. Just trying to get scheduled.
Oh yeah. You gonna see mine coming up real soon too.
Yeah.
We getting to them coat. That fur coat finna come out on mine. I'm telling you right now.
We got some challenges coming soon. We want to do a lot of cool stuff. We're just trying to plan it. Really, honestly, once everybody's schedules are online, we're gonna be really doing some big group collaborative videos for the gang, and it'll be on the main channel. But it's gonna. I want to do those once a month, just so it could be a challenge. It could be just a different type of video, but everyone involved, just so we're like keeping that synergy together. Everyone's doing something all together. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming soon, but we really appreciate it. We're almost to episode 10. We got something special I think we want to do for that. We might have to skip it. We might go 8, 9, 11, and then we post 10 later because it didn't line up accordingly. Steve wants to do something really cool and special. We've been talking about it, trying to get some ideas. So you guys will see it when it comes out. But
and all things considered, all things will come to pass when they deserve to be. So all that being said, man, checking out from Opinionated Headquarters. Obviously, you know, we did what it had to do today. I'm not gonna lie, man. I actually love this topic a lot. This one
that was a good one. It's a little longer, but it's cool.
Oh, bro, nah, these topics be getting me, man. I'll be sitting here sauced up, bossed up, ready to go. You dig? So you know what I'm saying? I already said it's a Ayo, hold the Kanga, and what do you got? Big R double O Rue.
Yeah, it's your boy Cam Juice. We appreciate y'all's time. We'll see y'all in the next one episode.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a
G thing, baby.
Two Central Texas boys going crazy. You know what I'm saying?